Hi, I'm Julia, and I'll be talking to you today about evolution. So, as you know, evolution is the way animals came to be as they are today. So the fittest survived, for example, a bear. So as you can see, I have some really scary, sharp, dangerous, pointy teeth. They're like really scary claws, and I'm covered in brown fur. And all these features are what helped me to survive. So I'm just a bear. I don't really understand a lot about this kind of thing. So instead of telling it to you myself, I'm going to invite to the stage Mr. Charles Darwin, one of the first scientists to investigate evolution as a science. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Charles Darwin, and I'll be talking to you today about evolution. So, you've probably seen something like this before. We kind of started out like a monkey, kind of like low down the ground, ended up kind of taller and taller as we turned into people, and then turned into what we are today, kind of down again looking at our phones. So my theories first just received a lot of criticism, most notably you can't see it, but when I talked about bears, much like the one talking to you earlier, and I said that over time, if they were in a kind of water environment, they'd eventually turn into a whale. This received so much criticism that in my book, Origin of the Species, I just cut it out entirely in later editions of the book. And as you would see now, there's a picture of my face on the body of an ape, and that kind of shows you kind of more of the criticism that I received for my theories on evolution. People didn't want to think that we were descended from animals. So there you can see it now. I'll now invite to the stage Julia Lawless from the Science Gallery to talk to you about modern evolution in the 21st century. Thank you, Charles. So, a lot of people today think we're not really evolving anymore because survival of the fittest is kind of a term that more suits the past. Almost everyone survives now. There's really good healthcare, and in our part of the world, there's not really a shortage of food. But there actually are a few ways that we're still surviving and evolving. So one example is that we're now able to drink milk. That wasn't always the case. About 10,000 years ago, people as adults were not able to drink it at all. When we started domesticating cows, that eventually came to a thing that we were able to do, and it's still spreading all around the world. Another thing that we're able to do, we don't really need wisdom teeth anymore. So they used to be really important because we had really tough food, and we have to eat them all the time, and our teeth would be worn down. But now our mouths are a lot smaller, and wisdom teeth are more of a hindrance than a benefit. So you see this person has their wisdom teeth being impacted. Another one I found quite interesting, and more people are having blue eyes. So about 10,000 years ago, everyone in the world had brown eyes. Just one person had this random mutation, and it just became more and more common ever since then. Another thing is that we're getting more and more able to fight diseases. And there's also evidence to suggest that our brains are changing. Okay, so as you see, a lot of these kind of things, they're not necessarily good or bad. So is survival of the fittest really the best kind of term to describe it? So each person individually here is an individual. They'd be able to survive in different environments. So depending on the environment we live in, some of us would survive better than others. So I'm just going to ask you, what kind of environment do you think I'd survive best in? So to answer this, I'll just put up a selfie. Okay, so people in the front can see, one of my thumbs is actually quite a bit shorter than the other, and though I hate to admit it, a bit fatter as well. This is kind of a random thing. I don't really know anyone else like this or anyone in my family, so I'm just assuming it's a genetic mutation. And there it is. So what kind of environment would this allow me to survive better in? So if you just imagine, if I woke up tomorrow and all the trees were completely different, maybe something like this. Imagine a hole into the trunk of the tree. The only way you can get food at all is to put your hand inside the tree trunk, take out the red food. What if the hole's shaped differently? Like that. This person has a normal hand, not like me. Their thumb's long enough to just reach down and take the food, no problem. But what would happen if I tried it? My thumb's way too short, I just can't reach it, so I'll have to starve to death. So my mutation won't survive. But what happens if the tree hole is shaped slightly differently? Like this. So this person, again, has a normal hand, but their thumb's in the way, so they can't reach the food. So they'd starve to death. When I try it, I can reach it. Yay! So I'm just going to end with the same way I began. Is evolution really the survival of the fittest? Or is a better way to describe it survival of those best suited to the environment we're currently living in right now? I think that's a little more catchy. Thank you.